everyone, I'm Nicole Noprada, the leader of Group 3, and on behalf of my group, I'll introduce them to you. Erick Villanueva, Inah Yatco, Marc Fajo, Paul Michael Aragon, Rick Sander Castillo, and Yzel Dungo. Today, we'll be discussing about the mass media and the society. Now, what is the mass media and the society about? And what is it for?
Mass media are instruments for public communication that simultaneously reach a large, scattered, diversified, and anonymous audience. The mass media has proven to be a benefit to humanity. The term mass media refers to communication to a big group of people in a short period of time. This can be in the form of written, oral, or broadcast communication. Newspapers, magazines, radio, commercials, social media, television, the internet, and films, movies are some of the most prominent forms of mass media.
The mass media and society benefits are intended to our first, companies influence people to buy their products by advertising them on TV, social media, and through influencers to promote the product. Second, the nominees for an upcoming election influence people to vote for them by making an advertisement to promote their advocacy on TV and ads on social media. And in that way, people will be convinced to vote for them. Third, it affects the public service announcements on personal behavior and social improvement. Fourth, the effects of propaganda and ideology. And last, it affects how we work together to shape the behavior and thinking of people.
When it comes to the development of youth culture, the media has a big impact on it. Example, malls rather than historical sites and public parks are more popular among Filipino teenagers, and they also enjoy playing online games as a hobby. And also because online games are one of the most popular now on social media.
Another example of the impact of media to youth and culture is young females are taught and expected to be aggressive, expressive, unconventional, and liberated. And young boys are taught and expected to be optimistic, independent, adventurous, and wild.
The development of stereotypes is another pervasive impact of the media. First, there are representations that may be used to describe certain sorts of people, groups, or methods of doing things. It is possible that these ideas or opinions don't truly represent reality. Example, women are typically shown as housewives rather than professionals in movies and television shows. Sexy and youthful ladies are frequently connected with alcoholic drinks and beverages in advertising. They are usually said to be fascinated with their hair and skin.
Second, mass media not only influence people's attitude, but it also influences their behavior. For example, men are presented as experts and leaders not just in people's imagination, but it's also in their perceptions. Women are more powerful and superior to men.
Viewers' prejudice and stereotypes may be influenced by the media. Despite prejudice towards some people or groups and factors such as family, religion, and per group must play a role in the effect of the media. People who watch violent films under the supervision of others are less likely to develop and adopt prejudice towards women, people, colors of skin, colors, or people of different religions.
Prejudice or prejudgments or opinions are created before they even realize what they are thinking. complete account of a person's or an event circumstance. For example, the assumption that a black teenager is a gangster just because of how they appear or dress.
In cyber democracy or digital divide, it states the individuals who have access to the internet and to those who don't. Mainly, the ones who have their time on the internet are young people and wealthy or etc. To put it in a simple way, in cyber democracy or digital divide, many opinions and point of views have been made about the internet on how it is affecting our community and the post threat it may bring, but having access to the internet is not bad thing according to Manuel Castells. Internet have a use because it can be used for forming of social groups.
Mediatization of social life define mediatization as a social process whereby the society is saturated and inundated by the media to the extent that the media can no longer be thought of as separated from other institutions within the society. The term mediatization has since gained widespread usage in English despite sounding awkward. Through the appropriation of new media, people can extend their capabilities as autonomous human beings. At the same time, however, mediatization means that new forms of social and technological dependence emerge, accompanied by experiences of frustration, stress, and anxiety.
According to Lisa Crate, a school librarian and image specialist at Krista McAlpin Middle School, give advice on how to avoid and spot fake news, especially for students and teachers. First, examine the author and the sponsors. Secondly, check for sources' reliability. Next, look at the time and the place of the story. And lastly, consider the emotions worked by the story. Spotting the difference between fake news and real news is a part of media literacy. Then a grade level is to have students understand they cannot believe everything they see or read on the internet.
And that's all UMS 11A. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned a lot about the mass media and the society. And I wish you all realize that this lesson is about you all too. Admit that some of you once shared a negative thought on social media, but take it as a lesson though that you'll never share a negative thought or become negative on social media, because there are kids that is using social media too, and they might take it as a bad in a bad way, or they might adapt it when they grow up.